Welcome to Bonsteel Bros, Game Pitch Pros.
Hey-o.
I'm Brian. I'm Brian Bonsteel.
I'm Neil Bonsteel.
And this is our show where we talk about video games and we pitch original ideas for games to each other and challenge each other to make up new ideas.
What are you doing in isolation?
What am I? Oh,
Talking
I'm in
to
isolation.
the audience.
Oh, yes. What are you doing in isolation?
This is what we're doing.
This would work better as a stream because people could actually interact with us. But that's okay. Leave your comments if you want to. Anyway, so Neil, what are you playing these days?
I'm still playing Dark Souls.
Man, you are on that game.
Gotta finish it.
Something you get out of it from playing it 1,000 different times.
It's only like my
ways.
fourth.
That's a lot, man. Dark Souls is such a pain in the
Here's
ass.
what happens. You play through the game. You've upgraded all your cool weapons and whatnot. You beat the game, and it's like, hey, new game plus. I'm like, I'll just play a little bit. But since you've got all that upgraded stuff, it's a lot easier, and you just sort of like breeze through it a lot faster. And no, this is only my third time playing. It's only my third time. Third time. Sorry, my back catalog is so right now, and unfortunately, everyone's putting their games on sale, like crazy sale. So when Dark Souls 2 and Hitman were here, and they're like $20 for both of them, it's like,
not buy them. I mean,
it's the Hitman Game of the Year edition. That's like $120 game. Hitman I love because they're fun, very like intricately designed games. But the monetization of it it's not sketchy, but it's certainly difficult to cope with. You get the game, right? And you have like 4 or 5 levels, which doesn't seem like a long game, right?
Yeah.
But they're very intricately designed. There's so much going on. And then that's when they're like, hey, another $5 to get the 6th level, another 5 to get the 10th level.
Yeah.
And so eventually the full game is multiple more levels than that, but to pay for the whole thing, you end up dropping $80, $100, many dollars.
I see. So it's not that they're shipping an incomplete game, but it's not like they're giving you the full experience either. It's somewhere in the middle ground of that microtransaction and the Nintendo here's your whole game because you spent the money for it.
Yeah,
So that's iffy, isn't it?
that's the thing, but it is and it isn't, because when you play a level and you see how much is going on in here, it's a lot of work to just get these few levels out there. It's just an incredible amount of work they had to do just for that.
Yeah.
And so if they were to release Hitman with 10 levels, I mean, the production would take so much longer, and they would be more justified in charging you $100 for a game, $120,
which nobody would buy because
no one would buy
that much. Okay, well that's a thought.
Anyway, enough of me. I talk too much. What are you playing?
Yeah, I'm playing Animal Crossing.
All right, you're on board.
I am. I told myself I wouldn't because I have no self-control, but
Yep. Here you are.
But when your mom buys you the game so you can visit her island and help her with turnips, you say yes because you're a dutiful son. That's what happens.
Good on you. Back in the day, it used to be like, I gotta go work on the farm so my mom can eat.
Yeah, now it's so she can buy new wallpaper.
I gotta go buy more turnips from that weird little boar lady.
Yep. That's my life now. But you've heard how like psychiatry environments, like psychiatric wards, they're designed so that everything is most calming and very like light influence, light colors. It's all designed meticulously so that nobody gets riled up. I think the same people worked on Animal Crossing because everything is so pleasant. All the sounds are nice and crisp and enjoyable, and everything, all the little menus are nice and round. And it's all designed.
It's a soft game.
Well. It's so well done. Even the characters look like they're made of felt. It's beautiful.
But the texture work, Nintendo's texture work. This past generation, they've upped their game. There was a Twitter thread from one of the translators for Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. And
the
amount you bring up a good point, because you're not wrong. They put in so much effort to make this the softest game possible.
They did a good job.
You know that thing when you catch a sea bass?
Yeah.
And he's like, more like a C+.
Yeah, all the little puns.
Yeah, so first off, he says, like, the guy says, I'm sick of reading it too, right? Like, I wrote it, I'm sick of reading it.
Yeah.
But the joke was first C-. And then they were like, no, C- is negative. The C+ is...
So that much thought went into it, yeah.
That meticulous. And maybe it doesn't make a difference, but maybe it does. Collectively, it does.
Yeah. Over the course of the entire thousands of times you're going to do one thing or, multiple things in the game. It all adds up to some tiny little positive bump, but that's enough to be noticeable.
Yeah. And like, even if it doesn't, that's still art. That's direction.
It is absolutely
consistent direction. I forgot who started, who went last.
You want to flip a coaster?
I should just have a coin with me. I always forget to bring a coin.
Who carries coins anymore? You got the coaster. Yeah, don't throw it behind the couch.
No.
I'll take heads.
Tails.
Smack.
It's the 17th century Japan.
Not again.
Yes. In the serene countryside. Two embattled samurais cross paths and stop dead. You are Hattori Mitsuhide. In cold blood you murdered my father. Tori Toyohisa. At last our paths cross. It was your slight against my clan that beset your father's undoing. Hattori, it was your grandfather that began this feud by his treachery by cheating at the Mahong Championships. Lies! It was your great uncle who rigged the game to begin with. It is he who killed the judges were my brethren. Well, you also slept with my wife and stood up my sister on a date, only because your brother never returned my favorite manga. Historically speaking, this went on for roughly 15 minutes. But the end result was, we fight to the death now! Well, the gravity of the situation was pretty intense, probably the most intense this world's ever seen, and as a result, the world slowly began to chug, right? To about 1 frame a second. So I present to you 1 FPS, 1 fighter player standing. This is a fighting game that runs at 1 frame a second.
Oh my god.
1 hit kills. You can move left, right, you can slash, you can block, you can counter. But it moves at 1 frame a second.
That's awesome. I never thought about that.
If you remember playing those NES games, right?
Yeah.
And it starts going slow chugging down. You're like, hey, jump.
Yeah.
And just hoping it registers. You go. This is a fighting game that runs at that speed with the possibility of being killed in a single hit.
Already, I'm on board. I would play this.
Yeah. I could make this too. But that's basically it. It's quick, right. But it's quick because you could die with 1 hit, but it's also very slow. Let's say the game starts. You're the guy on the left, I'm the guy on the right. And for your first move, you're like, okay, I'm going to move forward just a little bit so I can just go in and slash. But I decide to attack right away. So your character moves forward, my character's going to his attack animation.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, S-word. Shoot doggy, samurai. And so as my character's completing his slash animation, you're trying to go like, block, or back up.
I like it.
And then maybe it just goes by your face, and you're like, oh, counter, attack.
1 frame
and I'm like, oh, back.
That's like,
yeah. Just imagine a chugging video game, and you're basically like on the old Nintendo, just like, come on.
Yes, I like it. This is good. This is very good.
Thank you very much.
Good pitch. Good short, sweet pitch. I like it. Well, that's it for the show. I don't know.
Yeah.
We still got more.
Okay, you're up.
All right.
What you got?
Big Bill's Fish Sticks on the boardwalk of New Jersey is a staple on the boardwalk. Recently, they've introduced a growth hormone into the fish supply to make the jumbo sticks even bigger.
Nice.
Unfortunately, they've been dumping their oil under the boardwalk where it's seeping into your community of hermit crabs. Now, all the hermit crabs are growing way too fast. Here's you. You're a hermit crab.
I like it.
And you're growing. You and all your other buddies, you're all growing way fast. So once you put on a shell, which you have to have a shell, it starts getting too tight and explodes if you wait too long. So you need to keep finding bigger and bigger objects and survive until the high tide comes back in and washes you back out to sea and disperses all that stuff.
I like this.
So luckily for you, it's New Jersey, so there's trash all over the beach, right? You can find all kinds of stuff. Your basic moveset is to scuttle around, grab things, and hide, but you can't battle. There's no actual battle. You have to use your brain to outsmart things. So depending on how many hermit crabs you save from your area, you get different endings. Maybe one, you all end up taking over the big bills and eating them all or something, or, use your imagination. So here's a little scenario. So here you are. So you have a couple little HUD things. So you came across a shell. What do you got here? Oh, hardness 3, weight 2. All right, pick it up. Bling, you got it on. All right, now you're rolling around the new shell. Your HP is 3. But if you wait around too long, it starts getting tight. It's like, oh, you're growing, and then it explodes. You lose 1 hit point, and you have to find new cover, and quickly, because the birds are after you.
Nice.
Yep, so you gotta find your way to a new source of protection. So,
when you're exposed, do you lose health?
No, I'm thinking, maybe.
It could be a time thing. You start cooking in the sun.
Well,
so
that's also the case, is that they fry if they're out of a shell. Mm-hmm. Anyway, you need shelter. So where you might find a piece of trash to just hide under for a little while, it might keep you safe, but sooner or later you're going to outgrow it and it's just going to flop over, right? So you need to keep looking for bigger things. So here's a nice big shell, and I modeled that myself. Hardness 4, weight 4, right? It's the big heavy thing, but it'll protect you because the birds are coming, right? So you take it. Bloop. As you wander around, you see more trash, and you meet other crabs too.
Rush.
Yeah, there's a garlic rush back there.
Nice.
Hardness 2, weight 1. So that's a lightweight can. Might do you for a pinch, but not too long. And some of them will give you quests. Hey buddy, I could use your help. There's this crab, see, who's hogging this amazing shell I found. The guy's a real jerk. He traded me this lousy reflective shell, and now the birds won't leave me alone. I should have known he was a liar. Could you trick him out of that shell? I'll pay you with this lotion I found. Should help you move faster to caught between shells. So, you maybe you need to scare the guy. You find a kite string, right? You grab it and pull it over, and it looks like some dragon thing, and the guy gets scared out of the shell, You pull it over back to this guy, gives you some lotion, bada bing. So you survive until the tide rolls in. That's kind of it, Meanwhile, you're growing.
It's cute. It's actually rather cute.
Thank you. See, here's the question. Is there a limit to how big you can grow? Because at a certain point, birds won't bother you if you're the size of a cat, right? So do the birds also grow? Because if that's the case, you could fit into a trash can or a VW Beetle, You could just keep
about to say, if it could be like Katamari.
It's like Katamari.
Over the next level, as the game progresses, you get larger and larger and larger. And the final level is you, of course, barging through a city and wearing buildings on your back. Yeah,
that's how the whole idea sort of evolved, is me thinking about a crab with a house on its back.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
So, so there it is. That's the hermit crab hustle.
I think it's a really good idea. That is a tight little indie game. Like a 4-level indie game. I mean, what if it's a game with a secret story and secret objectives? It's like the Goose Game, right? When you accidentally do something and they reward you for it. It's like, get the kid to fall into the water. You're like, oh, I didn't know that was an objective.
Yeah.
What you do in this level determines what might happen in the next level, secretly, of course. You got a good set of bones.
It's the thing.
You got a foundation.
It is an interesting starting point, at least. Yeah. And that's what I hope to accomplish with these.
On the surface, it's just fun to be a hermit crab and just changing shells.
Yeah. Just being a hermit crab is fun. Climbing into different shells and things. That's good.
That's pretty good. I like that. That's cute.
Last week's challenge was impression party game, wasn't it? Huh. How
This is
did
going
that
to be awful. Oh,
how did
just
that roll
terrible.
around in
Just
your brain for a week?
Completely terrible.
Oh, excellent. Tell me all about it.
I've
I hope that you'll be doing impressions while we wait.
Oh boy, it's just going to be a mess. All right. This game is called I'd Pay to See That.
Okay.
I'd Pay to See That is a movie impersonation party game. It's a team-based game, and there could be a number of players per team. You need teams, however. So you'll need at least 3 teams. Per round, every player is given a $10 bill and a $5 bill. And one stack of cards is a movie, and the other stack of cards are actors. On a team's turn, they have to draw a movie card and then draw, I guess, any number of actor cards as the people who are on your team. And so it's flexible, right? If you could do a one-person team, and that person could take multiple cards, because what's going to happen is you're going to basically mash up the movie with those actors and recreate a scene in that fiction, that version of the movie. So it could be you get Back to the Future, Sylvester Stallone, and Christian Slater. So you have to reenact a scene. So it's like, hey, you, get your damn hands off of her. The other person be like, yo, McFly, I think you've got the wrong car. Or like, Doc, you telling me you built a time machine out of a DeLorean? Well, I see it. If you're gonna travel through time, might as well do it in style, eh?
That's good. That's very good.
Or
this requires a
maybe.
precursor.
Sorry, what?
No, go ahead.
You got Morgan Freeman and Marmaduke. My wife called me a dog all my life. Fact of the matter is, she was right. Except I was a big dog. Or maybe Morgan Freeman and Garfield. One day's never sat right with me. Little did I realize what this one had in store for me.
Half of the cards just Morgan Freeman.
Odie, how I loathe that dog. And yet, I wouldn't live a day without him.
No.
Sound familiar?
No.
Now lasagna. That's a dish you never get tired of.
Are these actual quotes from the movie?
No. Or Morgan Freeman in The Bad News Bears. Thought I could impart any sort of wisdom to the fool who thinks he can coach in the little leagues is that bad news comes in all shapes and sizes.
Thank you, Morgan Freeman. That's good. Well done. Well done.
At the end of the round, each team goes, player choose which movie they'd like best to see. And if they like it the most, they'll declare, I'd pay to see that. And pay their $10 to go see it in the theaters. Or they say, I'll rent it instead. So you go watch one movie in the theaters and you rent another, and they get the $5. And so at the end of all rounds, at the end of the game, whoever has the most money wins.
That is really clever. Well done. Well done.
I should just make this game called Morgan Freeman in, because it was a game I pitched to you a long time ago.
God.
So that is, I'd pay to see that.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you.
I'd pay to play that. Granted, I need considerable refresher on actors I should be aware of.
Yeah, that is the big hang up there.
You need people who know movies.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Toy Story. I'm a toy.
It's like all he does.
It's like a really bad stand-up comedian. All right, my impersonation.
Oh yeah.
Of Arnold Schwarzenegger as a TV repairman. I'm a TV repairman. Where's the TV? Thank you. Nice.
So you are a new hire at the campaign offices of McFrumples, running for mayor.
That's me.
I hope you'll excuse the liberty there. The election is coming up and it's getting down to the wire, so we need as much exposure to the McFrumples cause as possible. You are an intern and you're tasked with planting campaign signs on roadsides across the county. In the context of 10 missions leading up to the election, you are dropped off at different locations, ranging from your average suburbs to high-end developments, maybe even a farm or two, to plant as many signs as possible and pull out the opponent's signs in the meantime. If you see another one, you pull it up. All of this while avoiding cars, bicyclists, dogs, and other hazards you might find in, say, Paperboy. Watch out for breakdancers. At least one mission involves planting signs at night. So, watch out for headlights and people walking their dogs with the flashlights. So there's stealth involved as well. You replace other candidates' signs, but if you're unlucky, you might run across one of those candidates' staffers as well, and they will chase you. And you need to make an effort to get out of there because they'll beat you up. So here's a basic idea here. So here we are in this suburb, All right, kid, you got 5 minutes to plant as many of these signs as you can. Replace any other signs you find too, as long as nobody sees you. It's a nice neighborhood. Just stay out of the way of traffic. And don't be late. You got a schedule to keep. So you got 5 minutes with this big box, to start planting signs, right? So here's an opponent sign. Shoop! Vote my crumples.
Yes.
So you're taking out theirs and putting in yours, and you got this big box you need to haul around too. And you want to keep that out of the way as well. So in the context of 10 missions, if you've planted enough for them in the right places, and you haven't been beaten up too much, your candidate wins, game ends.
Nice.
That's the candidate, election action. That's the best I can do.
Oh, okay, cool.
It became just...
It'll be funny to keep it going is after you succeed, the person you voted out of office hires you to do the exact same thing, and it just becomes this endless cycle.
And, yeah, it's the election cycle, baby.
I like the stealth part. I like the high-low stakes of this.
I mean, a lot of it's just running around and interacting with the environment, or being attacked by the environment.
Yeah, but it's like in the suburb, very low stakes.
Yeah,
It's low stakes, but it's high stakes because you're getting mauled by animals.
Yeah, and maybe for the farm area, since the farm thing threw me for a little bit of a loop, because I thought, well, you need their vote too, right? So you're dumped off at a farm, and you're given like a Segway. Like one of those stupid roller things, right? So you need to carry your stupid box and segue over to the farm, put a sign down, avoid cows, go to the next farm, like 3 miles down the road, up their driveway, and...
Yeah, it would be kind of cool if it was like a pretty expansive map. And strategic, where you focus your attention, like gets more votes, right?
That would be an interesting touch, yeah.
So like, I mean, there's suburbs like close by, there's the city, and there's the farmland.
Yeah.
But as you're doing this, there might be, you put you take down someone's thing, someone's sign, you put up your own, you're like, but then on your, a little, like 5 minutes later on your map, you get a little beep, beep,
yep,
beep,
somebody else
someone's taking it down, you're like, damn it, I gotta go back.
Yep. That's what I thought it would be the case, is that there are other people doing the same, because the election's coming up. So you're fighting against time and against other teams.
What if the other team, it's secret, right? You don't know who they are.
Okay.
And you have the option to call them out, or like if you hit them with your car and kill them, it doesn't count against you.
Oh.
Right?
Boy.
Right. But you have to guess correctly who that person is. So like there's a bunch of people milling around.
Yeah.
And right, you see us like a guy with a big old sombrero, you're like, whatever, and you walk away, and then you hear beep, 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 and you turn around, and like that sign you just put up is gone. And you're like, it's probably the guy with the sombrero.
Right. Run him down with an 8-bit car.
Yeah, and then it turns out it wasn't him, it was someone else that was just nearby as well that you didn't see because he's wearing a smaller sombrero.
And you get a slap on the wrist. And told,
yeah, like it could
redo
be
this mission. Yeah.
It could be something like the more hazards happen to you. Right, like now the cops are after you.
Yeah.
And so like it's now Grand Theft Auto, and you're like driving around, parking.
Yeah. I like it. I like for it to get to a certain absurd level where it's like, that's not actually how it happens, but I like to imagine this is what they actually go through.
Yeah, it could be a lot of fun.
Yeah, well.
Sorry, could be. It would be.
Thanks, bud.
And that's my guarantee.
That's a Bonsteel guarantee right there. You won't get a better deal. Well, thank you. That's campaign staffer 64. Bloop, bloop.
I'm gonna keep doing the politician move.
So
You know, so I think they stopped pointing in the 90s.
yeah, the point is not really in, but Bill Clinton I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
That woman.
Yeah.
Hey, he could have been in Marmaduke.
He could have. I did not have sexual relations with that dog. Nobody can prove it.
When are we gonna stop pointing? But I always felt like they're trying to change the channel, like to like get the right reaction I want from the press.
Keep going.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah. I will go first. So clap when you're ready there, buddy. Hey-oh. And it's Shooter.
Shooter, and this is for you.
Yes, sure. Okay. Shooters
All
for
right.
me.
We need more games on here. We need to start.
I know. Not too late to add them. You can always add them now.
It's too late. We'll just spin the wheel and just make sure I didn't get one I got before. And then next week we'll just start populating.
Puzzle. Oh, there are two puzzles.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Do you request reroll? Or will you be happy with
No,
this?
we haven't gotten puzzle before.
No, we haven't.
So I'm going to stick with it.
All right.
And next week we just populate this with more.
Yes. Good idea. All right.
Okay.
Full screen. I'm putting
This
that
is for
over
you.
there. It's for
And
me.
a 1, and a 2,
So-
and a
Shooter based on the following.
illustrate, coach, benefit, contempt, miss, battery, embrace, slice. Oof. Hostage, get out of here. Okay. See what I'm highlighting there. I got ideas.
Okay.
What the hell? All right. And we're going to do this again. In parentheses, strange, close parentheses, haircut, shooter.
Strange haircut shooter.
Yeah. Now, the strange, of course, is always up for interpretation. Whether you use it or not is up to you.
I will do my best.
It's a puzzle game.
Puzzle game. My first thought is to put together delicate and burial and make you like balanced glass
Delicate?
coffins on top of each other.
You're telling me too much?
But I gave you too much. I know. So I can't use it. And
can't do
anyway, I know. That's
Maybe take
fine.
coffin away from me.
All right.
Phew.
All right. Ugh.
Giant pony cook puzzle game. Welcome to the Hall of Cook Justice.
Yes.
Giant Justice.
Giant justice. The laws are big. I think let's do a giant puzzle game.
Giant puzzle game.
Just a giant puzzle game. Be interested to see what comes of that. And while part of me wants to see a giant pony cook, it's just not gonna happen. It's asking too much. So
Maybe I can work those in.
Got a strange haircut shooter. All right. Well, then I guess we'll get on it and
Got our work cut out for us.
yeah, I'll say. Well, guess that's it for the
Hey,
show. Hey,
I guess that's it.
hey,
What do you
thank
know?
you for watching. That's another episode of Bonsteel Bros Game Pitch Pros.
Hey, is this on YouTube? Feel free to leave a comment.
Yeah, hey, if you've
I'd
got
say
an
like
idea
and
for a game,
subscribe, but you hear that everywhere else. You know what to do. I mean, if you hate it, just move on.
yeah, what's wrong with you? What the
Don't be
hell?
a gamer. Be a smart. Wait,
Let's try that one again.
don't be a gamer. Be a no. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater, gamer.
Don't
Be oh god, just hit the thumbs down.
All right. See you next time.
Peace out. Arnold Schwarzenegger in. Sister Act. I'm a nun. I'm a nun. You know.
Yeah,
Actually, that's pretty good. Never
That
mind.
is
Maybe
great.
this is better than I thought it was.